So you made up your mind that you want to start reselling phones online, but you don't know exactly what to buy. Don't worry, I got you guys. It's 2 or 3 phones. I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I bought and what you need to start off with your brand new phone business. So the first thing that I would buy would be a thermal printer, a label printer. They're a little bit expensive. That's probably gonna be the most expensive item that you are gonna buy. Yes, you can use a regular printer, but it's annoying because you're gonna have to cut it out, and it's just a waste of paper. For a small label, just a waste of paper. That's what I used. I used a regular printer when I first started, and I'm telling you, it was fine. Obviously, if I had 1-2 phones, once a week or whatever. But now that I'm moving hundreds of phones each month, it's definitely worth it, and it's definitely gonna save you time in the long run if you have a. So this printer is the one that I bought when I first started off. It was around 85. The price went up a little bit, but still under $100. This one is on the cheaper side. There are better label printers, but I just needed any thermal printer I could get at the time, and it's not bad at all. But if you do want quality, I would definitely go for a little bit more expensive one. This one right here, the Rollo label printer, I heard is pretty good. Definitely is better than the one I got, but it is definitely a little bit more expensive. It's like $100 more, but the one I got will still do the job. I have had no problems with the ones I got, but if you got a little bit more money to spend, you want a little bit more quality labels, definitely get this printer right here. But if you're on a budget, just get the one that I got, or there's probably a couple ones that are a little bit cheaper. Whatever gets the job done, it still will be better than just using a regular printer. And on top of that, you will need, of course, 4x6 label printers. So with this one, I actually send you a couple. I forgot, it's a small stack, but it definitely lasts you a little bit if you just start it off. If you just selling a couple phones at a time, it will last you a little bit, but you are going to have to buy a label. I'll probably say a couple months, once a month, depending how much you're selling. But they're pretty cheap. I paid probably around 15 maybe. I bought mine actually on eBay. These are the ones I got. I spent about probably $14 for 500, so that definitely lasted me a while. I'm still on those, and this was probably a couple months ago. So they're pretty cheap. That's probably be the least of your worries. These are not expensive at all. So, and they're item that you are gonna have to buy every couple months, so it's not gonna be as frequent as other stuff that you will need. So the next item that you definitely gonna need is the padded bubble mailers to ship out the phones. So some people use little boxes for the phones. I personally just use the padded bubble mailers, and I put extra of the pouches I am gonna bring up right after this to protect the phones. It does the job, and it'll probably be the same as one of those little boxes, if not a little bit better, because it is a little bit more protected. So I buy a pack of 300 for $70. They do have up to 1200, but it really isn't that much of a difference in saving. So I bought 300 at a time. I probably bought it around 2 months ago, and I still had a little bit left over, so I am going to have to buy some more soon. But it's pretty cheap if you really think about it for that amount that you're getting. And if you just started off, I doubt you could be mailing out a couple hundred phones each month, so it definitely lasts you for a little bit until you start going. So the next item, like I said, is the bubble pouches for the phones. I bought a pack of 250, around $34, really cheap. So these, I put one phone into the pouches, seal it up, and I put around maybe 2 more. I put them in 2 more pouches to really protect it, on top of the bubble mailers already being padded. So you shouldn't have a problem, and your phone should be protected unless something crazy happened during shipping. And like I said, it's pretty cheap. Another item that will last you for a little bit if you buy in bulk as well. You buy 500 of those for close to $70. You'll be fine for a little bit, especially like I said, if you're a new seller. Next item, you are going to need a screen cleaner for the phones. If the phone is really dirty, you could also buy like the kits where you can really clean up the speakers, the port where you charge the phone. But for the most part, you are just gonna need a screen cleaner just to make it a little bit cleaner, and of course microfiber cloths. This one actually comes with one, but you guys already probably have some at your house, and if you don't, they're really cheap anyways. So I got a couple more items, but they are optional. So this is pretty much all you need, guys, that are mandatory. The next items are, like I said, optional, but they will make your life a little bit easier. So one of the items is a photo light studio, a mini one. You can have it on your desk. It's USB connected to your PC, and just put your phone in there. This is actually what I use to take my pictures. Let me show you guys a real example. So in this little studio, this is what I have. You can't really see it that well because it's up close, but it is in one of the boxes. But the problem of mine is the box actually, because it has a light, obviously, which is what makes you take good pictures. The light actually broke because I ripped the cable. So what I use now, I literally just bought that and have another iPhone I got, just put that flashlight on, and it works fine. You know, the annoying part about these boxes is that if you do take the photos, the light is going to show up a lot in the pictures, which is sometimes frustrating, but it's better than having, you know, low quality pictures where there's no light at all and you can barely see, you know, details and stuff. So that is definitely optional. It's a little bit, you know, expensive, $36. I think when I bought it was like 40, 50 maybe, but it is a nice touch if you do want it. So the next item is a stand, and you just put your phone on there in the box and the studio light and just take pictures. You know, I had it, but I returned it. I didn't really like it that much because of the light. It was extra. The light showed a lot more with this stand, but if you have a better setup with lighting, that's different. This could be definitely something that would be useful for you. You know, it's pretty cheap, to be no more than $15 after your taxes and everything. So this is something that you decide if you do want. Maybe you give it a go. If you don't like it, of course, return it. But I have seen some people use it, and it hasn't turned out too bad for them. But for me, personally, didn't like it. So the last item are these labels to keep track of your inventory. So whenever I was done uploading a new listing to my page, I'll get the phone, put it in the pouch, put the sticker on it, and put it in the container. So at least I know which phone it is, and obviously I would enter all the info into my spreadsheets, keep track of the inventory. So whenever I sell the phone, I know which number the phone is connected to. It's pretty cheap, $8. There are different type of labels, or if you have a different way of keeping track of inventory that works better for you, of course, do it your own way. But this is definitely something I still use today, and I will use for a while because it definitely makes everything a lot easier. So the last item is this cell phone holder that holds up to 48 phones, and I actually recently bought this. I still haven't gotten yet, but this will definitely be useful if you don't want to just have it in containers like I do. I am definitely gonna try to buy a couple of these more. I bought one just to test it out once I get it, because I used to, like I said, I would put the phones in the pouches and just put it in the container, and it'll be annoying because sometimes, you know, I gotta flip through all the phones until I get to the one at the bottom. But this, I could just put the phone in the stand and then just put the label number on it, so at least it'll be easier to grab. This one holds up to 48 and it's around $30. So this is another optional item that you could do that would definitely, I imagine, would make your selling experience easier. Alright guys, so those were all the items that you need. It really doesn't take a lot for you to start this phone business. The most expensive item is definitely going to be the label printer. But everything else, not too much. And all this stuff will definitely make your life easier and make you a better seller online. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick video, and let me know any other videos you guys want, like, comment, all of that. It's been 2 or 3 Phone Guys. Y'all take care.